Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Yesterday, Friday, November 4th, 2016, Steph Curry's record three-point streak, 157 games in the regular season, 196 if you count the playoffs, was snapped. This is more definitive proof of how professional sports are scripted like a theatrical performance by the numbers. I'm going to show you why Steph Curry's streak was snapped on this day at the Lakers in Staples Center, where the Lakers and Clippers play. Let's begin right there. The streak, 157 games. The streak comes to the end in the Staples Center. Look at what Staples Center equals in Gematria. 157. And in case you're new here, this is what Gematria is. Gematria is a Jewish spiritual practice of coding numbers into words that is centuries old. The Hebrew language is based on Gematria, and so is English, which was created by these Jewish people over history. This is all part of what you call the New World Order, the Illuminati. This is what it is, and your sports leagues are very much controlled by it, which should make a lot of sense. All those people who mock the Illuminati, they know that the supposed symbolism is the all-seeing eye, the triangle. Sports are the all-seeing eye. Look at how many people, their mind's eye is just fixated on sports. The Jewish people believe in Kabbalah, which is Jewish mysticism in numbers. They believe that these numbers have an impact over people. So they code them, and they've built our language on this. And all throughout history, they've made history by the numbers this way. I only figured this out by decoding history. After decoding history, I realized the same patterns showed up again and again in sports. In this video, I'm going to remind you about the 54-game winning streak getting snapped. I'm going to remind you about the Warriors getting upset last season on March 6th, 2016, Shaquille O'Neal's birthday. Warriors upset by the Lakers in their record 73-win season, upset by the worst team in basketball. Only in the scripted NBA. So look, Steph Curry, again, 157 games. Staples Center equals 157 in Gematria, this Jewish practice. It's no secret who runs the NBA and professional sports. You got a Jewish director, David Stern, now Adam Silver. So of all the other pro sports leagues throughout history, look at the owners of these teams, almost all of them Jewish. Jewish people run your media, run your government. They run the New World Order. The New World Order is a Jewish world order. It's why English is the language of the one world order. Here's something in Gematria. Jewish equals English equals Gematria. And that's not a coincidence. The day that this streak ended was yesterday, Friday, November 4th. The day that leaves 57 days left in the year. 157 game streak, day that leaves 57 days left in the year. 57, not an arbitrary number. A number connected to championships. Recall the Cleveland Cavaliers won 57 games in the regular season last year. I called them from before the season began to win the championship. When they got that 57 games to end the regular season, I said, there's your sign the Cavs are taking it this year. When you write out 57, it sums to the same thing as championship, Super Bowl, number coded on World Series. We just saw the Cubs win 57 days before Theo Epstein's birthday, before his 43rd birthday. Again, Yale equals 43. New Haven CT equals 43. New Haven, Connecticut, where Yale is. Home of Skull and Bones. The Masonic order that puts people in high places. George W. Bush, the president before Obama, a member of Skull and Bones. In 2004, he ran against John Kerry, a member of Skull and Bones. Get this, Yale equals 43, New Haven CT equals 43. It happened 57 days before Theo Epstein's 43rd birthday, who went to Yale. George H.W. Bush was the 43rd vice president. George W. Bush, the 43rd president. Jeb Bush, the 43rd governor of Florida. Remember, Jeb was governor in Florida when the recount happened that made his brother the 43rd president. You got to network them in, running your sports leagues. They're Freemasons, they're Zionist Jews, they're doing it by the numbers, they're doing it in your face. Also, with regards to this game coming on November 4th, LeBron James equals 114. Of course, Steph Curry, LeBron James. attached at the hip, born on the same hospital in Akron, Ohio. We're going to talk more about that. I think this game against the Lakers points to Valentine's Day, February 14th, and we're going to talk about that in just a moment. Real quick, this streak, it began November 11th, 2014, 11-11. Yesterday's game was on the 11th day of the season. Began October 25th, span of 11 days. 11-11 this streak began. When I think of 11-11, I think of 11 times 11 equals 121. Warriors in Gematria equals 121. So does Revelation. Revelation is the 66th book of the Bible. Lakers equals 66. We'll be talking about Lakers. Revelation's the 66th book of the Bible, book of prophecy, where the name Philadelphia comes from, the original capital of this nation. The Warriors were originally from Philadelphia. Then they moved to San Francisco, then across the bay to Oakland, where they are, the Golden State Warriors in Oakland. If you didn't know, when they first moved to San Francisco, the first championship they played in after that was against the Philadelphia 76ers. And of course, the 76ers are called that because 1776, the year we declared our independence. So anyway, Revelation, Warriors, both equal 121. Revelation's the book of prophecy. Prince said all we could go by in this world is prophecy. The last game he went to in the NBA was Warriors Thunder on March 3rd, 2016 in Oakland. The final score was Warriors 121, Oklahoma City Thunder 106. The word prophecy equals 106. If you add 121 plus 106, you get 227. 22 divided by 7 gives you the number for pi, cycles, and circles. Anyway, 227 is the 49th prime number. Both the words Revelation and Warriors, the small way, also sum to 49. Prince said all we could go by is prophecy. He died 49 days after going to that Warriors Thunder game, 121-106. He said, I would die for you, 33 years before his death. In 1983, he spelled it with the number 4, the letter U. He died on 4/21. Used the 21st letter. For you, 4/21. I would die for you. 1983. Recorded. So I'll link this post. I'm not going to tell you everything. There's a lot of information here. Don't want it to be too long. Warriors, last year, their home winning streak was snapped at 54 games, another NBA record. And I laughed right away because Oracle equals 54. That night, the NBA was on ESPN, the sports station. They had a doubleheader. They had the Cavs playing the Atlanta Hawks. And then after that, they had the Warriors playing the Celtics. The Cavs won the first game, earning their 54th win of the season against the Hawks. And the Warriors would lose to the Celtics later that night, ending their record streak at 54. The Celtics had the longest home winning streak in the NBA history before the Warriors came and set the new mark. Also, in history, the decade where the Celtics went to every NBA championship, they only lost to one team that decade, and it was the Hawks. I did a video after that night's game where the streak was snapped at 54 showing the coding, and I said this is another sign the Cavs are going to beat the Warriors in the NBA Finals this year. As we know, they did. LeBron James, nicknamed King James, won on the real King James's birthday. So last season, March 6th, 2016, the 66th day of the year, Lakers equals 66. They upset the Warriors. Warriors record season, 73 wins, losing to the worst team in basketball. Anyhow, last night, the Warriors, they lose to the Lakers again. The Lakers improved to 3-3. Warriors fall to 4-2. You know what this made me think of? Kobe. Kobe equals 33. Last year, he had his final game while the Warriors were eclipsing the Bulls' win record. Remember, Kobe wore the number 33 in high school at Lower Merion in Philadelphia. Kobe, his name in Gematria equals 33, just like Michael. So many parallels between Kobe and Michael. Kobe Bryant's father was drafted 14th overall by the Golden State Warriors, Joe Jellybean Bryant, 41 years before Kobe retired. And remember, Kobe Bryant equals 41, Golden State equals 41. 41's the 13th prime number. That game was April 13th, Kobe's 60-point finish, the day the Warriors set the win record. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson created a 3-point record for teammates. We'll talk more about that. Anyway, Kobe Bryant, I think there's a tribute in here as well with the Lakers and the Warriors. Joe Jellybean Bryant drafted by the Warriors. Kobe drafted by Charlotte, traded to the Lakers for Vlade Divac. Always funny. So anyway, the game here summed to 214 points. We're going to talk more about these scores. 214 reminds me of Valentine's Day. That was the first thought I had. Then I wanted to see if there was a parallel with Valentine's Day. Look at what this reveals. The word Valentine in Gematria sums to 102. From the game yesterday, where the Warriors got upset by the Lakers, from that game to Valentine's Day is 102 days. Valentine equals 102. And here's who's playing on Valentine's Day this year. The Raptors are playing from Toronto. Toronto equals 117. Last year we saw the Cavs play them in the Eastern Conference Finals. They're playing against the Bulls. And I'm pretty sure this year the Bulls and Cavs will be Eastern Conference Finals and the Cavs will advance over the Bulls. So I truly think this is part of the score riddle. I think that's why the Lakers scored 117. This is really how the games are scripted. I could be reading the tributes wrong, but the games are scripted, the schedules are constructed, the tributes are this way every season. And if you can read it right and understand it, you can know what they're telling you. So Toronto equals 117. I find it interesting they're playing the Bulls because I suspect the Bulls and Cavs will be the Eastern Conference Finals, replacing Toronto and Cavs from last year. Also interesting, the Lakers are playing the Kings. Think about LeBron James, King James. King James is playing the Minnesota Timberwolves. And why is that interesting? The Lakers are originally from Minnesota. This is the game on Valentine's Day. So Valentine's Day, I'm looking forward to these games, these scores. There's going to be some big tributes. This is what it's all about. This is what they're coding. Also, with regards to the Warriors scoring 97 points, could be a potential tribute to the upcoming Super Bowl season. You know, these games will be just after the Super Bowl. This is the 97th season of the NFL. There's a riddle for Minnesota to appear in the Super Bowl. They could potentially win. Could be something here with that, you know. This is just speculation. But no doubt the 214 points attribute to February 14th, Valentine's Day, 102 days later. Valentine the small way equals 39. Remember, LeBron and Steph Curry born 39 months apart in the same hospital in Akron, Ohio. Last year, the Cavs won in Golden State, breaking the 52-year curse. 52-year curse on Cleveland. No pro sports championship from 64 to 2016. Prophecy 52, Akron, Ohio 52, Valentine's Day 52. I think we're going to get our final NBA Finals riddle on that day. We'll see what we learned February 14th. 2 years ago, before the Cavs and Warriors ever met in an NBA Finals, it was February 26th where LeBron had his season high of 42. I did a video showing how that was a tribute to LeBron James as well as Nate Thurmond, who played for the Warriors and Cavs. And I said that was proof that the NBA Finals would be Warriors and Cavs that year. It came true. The NBA Finals were scripted through that date, have countless videos on it. You know, you learn to recognize these numbers and what they're all about. You can see what's going on. This year in Game 7 of the NBA Finals, LeBron James scored 27. 27 days later, Nate Thurmond dropped dead, retired the number 42 with both the Warriors and the Cavs. The Warriors this year wearing 42 on their uniforms. They fell to 4-2 in this game, symbolic game against the Lakers, who've won 16 NBA championships. Here we are in 2016. Remember, the Celtics won 17, Lakers 16, total of 33. NBA Finals equals 33, special number to the Freemasons. Also, with regards to prophecy and where the Cavs won Game 7 last year in Oracle Arena is 106 feet tall. You might recall that they stopped the game at 10.6 seconds to put LeBron James, King James, on the free throw line. Special day that Sunday. It was the anniversary of the birthday of King James, who had birth numerology of 106. It was the 106th Father's Day ever. It was the Warriors' 106th game of the season, plus even more. Prophecy equals 106 the big way, 106-foot tall arena, 52 the small way in California. So here we go. Last year on March 6th, 2016, or last season, a leap year, March 6th was the 66th day of the year, and the Lakers upset the Warriors. The Lakers upset the Warriors on the 66th day of the year. Lakers and Gematria equals 66. The starting five for the Warriors last night had 66 points. 66 points against the Lakers in the tribute, where the three-point record fell. You know, I don't know how people can keep watching this and thinking it's all coincidence. Revelation is the 66th book of the Bible. Remember how we talked about how Revelation equals 121? The square root of 121 is 11. 11 times 11 is 121. If you count every number 1 through 11, it totals 66. 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to 11 equals 66. 11 times 11 is 121. Revelation equals 121. Revelation's the 66th book of the Bible. Revelation, the small way, sums to 49, also like Staples Center. Again, Prince, the last game he attended, Warriors, connected to Revelation, Philadelphia. He died 49 days after that. 3 days before his death, they formally retired Kobe Bryant with the Lakers on April 18th, 2016, date with 58 numerology. Again, the Lakers originally from Minnesota. Prince died in Minnesota. I just want you to notice that purple rain equals 58, like Los Angeles Lakers, purple and gold, like secret society, like Freemasonry. Shaquille O'Neal, proud Freemason, and so are most other athletes, you know. Freemasonry, the network that's running it. So also interesting, something to think about, if you count his playoff games, which were 39 more games, the streak was 196 games. They're called the Golden State Warriors. Golden State in Gematria sums to 41 and 50. America 50, USA 41. Anyway, Golden State, it makes me think of gold on the periodic table, which has the atomic weight of 196.97. They did score 97 points. That could be part of the tribute. 196 games, 97 points, perhaps. Here's something else I want to take you back to, Truth Seeker. Last year, final game of the season, April 13th, Kobe Bryant scored 60 points. And by the way, Kobe scored those 60 points 213 days after Moses Malone died at age 60. Who was the high school player drafted by the Utah Stars. Kobe finished his career against Utah. Moses Malone played the majority of his career in Philly, where Kobe was born. Moses Malone was the first player drafted out of high school. Kobe Bryant came out of high school to the NBA. Moses Malone drops dead at 60. Kobe scores 60 to close out the year. It's all tributes. LA's the 213 area code. 213 is a number connected to killing. Len Bias died 213 days after his birthday. Reggie Lewis nearly died on the basketball court, died after it. Final score of that game, 213 points. And listen to what we're talking about. Celtics. Celtics and Lakers. Celtics and Lakers. The dynasty teams in the NBA. Who are the current dynasty teams right now? Just in the immediate, what's in our face? It's the Cavs and the Warriors. Somebody's probably saying the San Antonio Spurs. Yeah, see my work on the Spurs. Spurs are all by the numbers. Everything in the NBA is by the numbers. The name Duncan's 21, Spurs is 21. He wore 21, used the 21st letter, use on the uniform, use on the court. 21, the number for Saturn, keeper of time. Notice how in this article, they say that last year, to close out the season, the day Kobe scored 60, the Warriors, they set the win record, and Klay Thompson and Steph Curry hit 678 combined three-pointers, a record. Look at this. Michael Jordan equals 678. Kobe Bryant equals 678. Utah Jazz equals 678. Kobe's poem to retire was called Dear Basketball, 678. Michael Jordan retired April 16th, 2003, 13 years earlier, 678 weeks. Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant retired 678 weeks apart. 678 three-pointers. You know? If you didn't see all the videos I put out last year on this, there's way more to the story. I'm just trying to get this in here quickly for people who think this stuff's all a coincidence. Michael Jordan retired on April 16th, the 106th day of the year. Last year, the playoffs began on April 16th. Again, 106, number of prophecy, Oracle Arena, 106 feet. Also, last year, as the Warriors were setting the new win mark record of 73 wins, Michael Jordan had the previous record with the Bulls, 72 wins. Last year, the Philadelphia 76ers closed out the season against the Bulls with 10 wins and 72 losses, a reflection of that record. Again, Philadelphia, first city to win an NBA championship in 1947. That was the Philadelphia Warriors. They defeated the Chicago Stags that are now the Chicago Bulls. Philadelphia, Chicago, they got history. The Warriors connected. You know? I'm just so sick of everybody saying all this is a coincidence. All that I've shown in the last 3 years, all that I've predicted. I predicted all the major sports championships correctly last year, True Seeker, before the season began, or in the NFL in the first month of the season. You know, plus everything else. Predicted the death of Prince, death of Muhammad Ali, so much more. And the thing is, True Seeker, I'm really not proud of any of this. I just want people to get the information and wake up because I'm so sick of living in this world of sleepers. You know? I saw that sports were rigged as a child. It's not anything for me to prove that sports are rigged. I knew this when I was a kid. What I want to do is wake up all the sleepers. I can't express it enough. I'm so tired of people sleeping through all the lies, these rigged sports, these rigged elections, this nonstop propaganda. It's all put on by the same gang. Same gang as Zionist Jews. They do it all by the numbers. It's all about control, manipulation, staying in power, you know? Again, show your friends this. Just start with this information right here. 157 games streak snapped at the Staples Center. Staples Center, 157. Win streak ends at 54. Oracle equals 54. Night of the ESPN doubleheader where the Cavs won their 54th game and then, you know, the Warriors lost. Then you got the Lakers with the improbable upset last year on the 66th day of the year because Lakers equals 66. And if you want to get daring, you can show them the thing about the score. 214 points, 102 days before Valentine's Day. If they say it's all a coincidence, you know, find a better friend. Until next time, True